Hi everyone, it's Lisa with InkandInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me for my next in a series of Christmas cards for 2016. And I have a really easy one for you today. And I'm using sentiments from the Oh What Fun stamp set that's in the Stampin' Up! Annual catalog and some designer paper from the Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper collection from the holiday catalog. So what we're going to need is a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. Makes a good base at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I have a piece of that Candy Cane Lane Designer Series paper. It's cut at 4 by 4 1/4. That's going to layer right there on top. And I have a thin strip of the Real Red Glimmer paper. This is cut at about 1/4 inch wide, and then it's 4 1/4 inch long, and it's going to border just like that. But first we're going to stamp the sentiment on the front, and it's going to say, "Oh, what fun." So let me clear a space here and get my Real Red ink. And I have mounted my stamp, photopolymer stamp, on my clear block. And you really need a cushion beneath this when you are using photopolymer. But I have this stack of my grid sheets beneath, so that's going to provide the cushion I need. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that right down here. Okay. And now we can go ahead and put our designer paper onto the front. Let's see. I'm going to do it like that. I have the 4 1/4 inch piece going this way, and I have a little bit of a border. And I'm trying to decide, look, on this one I went clear across. Let's do that. Let's keep it the same. So I'm going to have about a 1/4 inch piece at the top above before I get to the fold for the front. And so let me go ahead and attach that. I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue. Sometimes I call it Tombow because that's who manufactures it. All right, let me get that straight across there. And then I'm going to take this thin strip of red glimmer paper, and when you're cutting your glimmer paper, if you'll put it glimmer side down and cut it with your trimmer with this white side up, it makes it a little bit easier. It's a little easier on your blade too. Okay, so I'm just bordering that just like that, and we'll let that set a minute. I'm going to flip this to the inside and get the other sentiment, which says Happy Christmas. And I'm going to ink that up with Real Red again. Keeping it simple in case you are working or mass producing cards to send out. I'm going to just center that right there. And there's room to sign or write your greeting. Then I'm going to fold that back, and then for one last little bit of fun, we are going to add this Candy Cane Lane Baker's Twine, and I'm going to use both the metallic and Whisper White piece and the Real Red piece, and I'm going to unroll quite a bit of it from the spool so I can work with it like this. I'm going to come across the back of the card, or the inside of the card, and I'm going to leave a pretty long tail here. Okay, so I have room to tie. Then I want to wrap it like that. And the reason I stamped the Oh What Fun toward the right is because I knew I was going to have my bow over here on this left side, and I didn't want it to interfere, the bow to interfere with the sentiment. Okay, let me go ahead and trim this off, and we can tie a bow. Here we go. The designer paper, in this case, what I like to say, let the designer paper work for you. Okay, when you're having to do a lot or if you're short on time, this is a card. This is one of those cards you can recreate easily and do it in stages. Cutting all one day, maybe stamping all another day. Okay, I'm talking and I can't. Trying to tie the bow. Anyway, you know what I mean about, doing it assembly line style. Okay, now let's see if I can get my little tails where I can adjust the loops on the bow. And these bows could be done last while you're watching TV, movies, football, Hallmark Christmas movies, whatever. Or sitting with somebody while they're doing their homework. That would be good. Okay, so there it is. Just an easy card, a little bit of glimmer there for some pizzazz, and baker's twine that I will say that a lot of times when I tie a bow like this, I'll stick a mini glue dot right underneath the knot to just keep it in place. Okay? All right, if you have any questions, let me know. Be sure you visit my website at inkandinspirations.com for more ideas, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.